scary. They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to.
Frightening you. They have no control over you. They at any point attempt to stifle you, yet that is the way they attempt to classify. They have zero control over me. You get what I'm talking about. They had some control over Shock. They had some control over Charles Barkley. They had some control over LeBron James. That being said, however, individuals who have encountered this person have been unalive numerous individuals. So you have this previous A-plus list, rapper purportedly Kanye West, owes his spirit fundamentally as of now to our master Kanye West, as of late uncovered that Jay Z and Beyonce supposedly got to where they are today by doing blood forfeits and stepping on individuals, even their alleged companions, and partners. Kanye even purportedly accepts Jay and Bey will take out any individual who attempts to come for themselves, and he has communicated his trepidation that Jay could send individuals after him for shouting out anyway. We, as a whole, realize Khan has expressed arose things about many individuals, so it is obvious that he is saying this. What is astounding, however, is that sources accept Kanye is pitching fits since he is harmed about Jay and Bey, disregarding him. Some even say Kanye owes Jay a tremendous obligation, so he is running a slanderous attack against the Carters to bring them down before they come together ideally. So what's the significance here by saying Jay and Bey made penances to get their distinction? Is he onto something, or is he fronting to try not to repay the obligation he owes Jay? We should figure out Kanye West has never been reluctant to get down on any individual who gets on his terrible side, and the way that Jay Z and Beyonce have all the earmarks of being this 2 or 3 has not saved them from Kanye's fury at whatever point Kanye makes some noise about a portion of the peculiar things in Hollywood. Individuals rush to call him insane anyway, considering all the dramatization encompassing Diddy over the most recent couple of weeks. Individuals are beginning to take a gander at different Veeps like Jay Z and Beyonce, who appear to be distant for a really long time. Insiders have gotten down on Horde and Sovereign Honey Bee for stepping on individuals to excel deceiving their partners and, in any event, joining other Hollywood elites in secret ceremonies. Yet, of the multitude of Veeps Kanye could find out about Jay and Bey's supposed blood penances than any other individual, and the straightforward explanation is that Kanye and Jay share a long and muddled relationship. For setting, Kanye and Jay initially met in 2000 when Kanye delivered a track from Beanie Sigel, one of Jay-Z's Rockefeller Records woman-run Jay's accomplice, then was so dazzled with Kanye's creation abilities that he needed to request that Jay work with him on his next project. As Kanye began creating for Jay and other Rockefeller craftsmen, they fostered an open to working relationship. So when Kanye did something amazing for Jay's 2001 collection, the diagram, it didn't take a lot persuading for Jay to consent to sign him to Rockefeller Records. Kanye at the time was attempting to lay down a good foundation for himself as a rapper. By 2002, Kanye and Jay developed near moving from partners to companions. They made numerous Paramount hits together, including the notable 2011 collection, Watch the Lofty Position, which they visited together in those beginning of their fellowship. Why? And Jay would remain up the entire evening, keep in the studio playing beats and dropping rhymes till they were too tired to continue. So, how did things turn out from that? Toya blaming Jay and Bey for blood penances. Everything returns to 2012 after Kenya and Jay wrapped up their visit for Watch the Throne, and tales began drifting around that they had worn contentions about the heading of the collection and individual beats. At first, Jay-Z told New York radio broadcast Blistering 97 that he and Kanye's battles were their approach to pushing each other. We push each other there to be more prominent. Obviously, there are times when we're in the studio and we're hollering, yet that is all there is to it. I could never slight him yet. That story didn't hold for long in light of the fact that when Kanye began dating Kim Kardashian, Jay and Beyonce started to reduce most, not all, connection with Kanye in light of the fact that they purportedly didn't need their names related with the Kardashians. In the meantime, Kenya continued to attempt to draw Kim nearer to the Carters. Didn't understand they simply didn't need them around. I mean, it was clear to the point that Kanye was attempting to get Kim into Jay and Bey's internal circle that eventually individuals began bringing up that Kaya was attempting to make Kim appear as though Beyonce. Kaya didn't really try to understand until 2014 when Jay Z and Beyonce wouldn't go to Kanye and Kim's wedding in Italy To be fair, Kanye's wedding happened only weeks after Solange and Jay Z's lift occurrence, and they presumably needed to hide out for quite a while. Discuss Kanye West and your relationship with him. Was the last time you conversed with him? I disdained Kanye a day or two ago. Let him know that he's my sibling. I love Kanye. It's muddled relationship with us. For what reason? Is it convoluted? Came into this business on my mark, so I've forever been similar to his elder sibling. And we're the two performers, so forever been similar to a little hidden rivalry there. With your older sibling, everybody needs to be the best on the planet. We going to continuously be great, ideally when we're 89. Take a gander at this a half year or anything time, and we chuckle at that. The best way to get past that is we plunk down and have an exchange and say, these are the things that I'm awkward with, these are the things that are inadmissible to me. This is what I feel. I'm certain he feels that I've gotten things done to him too. Yet Kanye later conceded that in spite of the fact that he knew Jay and Bey were going through their own issues, he was as yet harmed that they didn't go to his wedding, since he accepted he and Jay were family. And it appears as though this was the absolute last thing that could be tolerated. All things considered, in light of the fact that there wasn't exactly when Kanye had something great say regarding Jay and Beyonce. For instance, in 2016, after Kim was ransacked at gunpoint in her lodging in Paris, Jay Z evidently didn't determine the status of Kanye or Kim. About a month after the fact, Kanye went off on Jay Z and Beyonce during a show where he expressed a wide range of things about them during his tirade. Kanye blamed Beyonce for coercing the VM into giving her an honor he guaranteed Beyonce compromise not to appear except if she won Video of the Year for her tune arrangement over Kanye's Renowned and Drake's Hotline Bling. And when you consider it, the way that Beyonce rose up to get the honor for Best Dance Electronic Music Collection for Renaissance before she was even regarded as the victor in the 2023 Grammys appears to be somewhat Susan afterward. There's this class from the Grammys where Diplo had all the earmarks of being mouthing they purchased that this is an honor. See you, we are seeing history this evening, breaking the record for the most Grammy wins ever. Be upstanding and extend your regard. It's Renaissance Beyonce as Beyonce strolled in front of an audience to get the honor which he was additionally designated for yet. Kanye isn't the primary individual to blame. Beyonce and Jay Z for compromising and purchasing their direction to the top. When Jay Z showed up at the first spot on the list of announcements 50 biggest rappers ever, many individuals felt it was not well merited by any means, chiefly on the grounds that Jay Z was set in front of famous rappers like Big Deal and Tupac. As a matter of fact, numerous hip jump fans were out and out annoyed in light of the fact that while Jay is most certainly capable and is an extraordinary director, or it's odd to put him as the main most noteworthy rapper ever, individuals accept the main motivation behind why he was at the first spot on the list was that he utilized his cash to purchase himself that spot. One fan said, most compelling rapper. Yes, most prominent at any point. Well, it's questionable. One more said, he a decent finance manager rapper. No. On the off chance that Jay Z didn't have that cash, you all will not be saying he the best. And when 50 Penny was approached to offer single word viewpoints, pretty much everyone individuals on the rundown, he said Jay Z was great business. Not that that is astonishing. 50 has had hamburger with Jay Z for quite a while, and something he blames Jay Z for doing is investing cash above all the other things. One Energy Fifth called Jay Z out for deceiving individuals nearest to him for cash. As per him, Jay Z didn't deal with his SES like previous Rockefeller Records craftsman Beanie Siegel. I think Jay was saying Rocka Familia, we family. It's the Rockefeller pack, and afterward, utilizing customary business strategies, he didn't have their inclinations as a top priority. He was doing how he needed to help himself. Fifth additionally accepts Jay considers himself unapproachable and has a divine being complicated in a 2009 visit with Drifter. 50 got down on Jay, saying he has a ruler complex. He believes he's effing Jesus, this Jova BS. Yet we should return to Kanye's allegations that Jay and Bey truly do blood penances for popularity, a visually impaired in from 2016, as of late re-emerged asserting that Kanye West is always in the red to Beyonce and Jay Z. As per the visually impaired thing, Kanye supposedly owes his spirit to Jay, who is alluded to as an authority. That being said, however, individuals who have run into this person have been various individuals. So you have this previous A-plus list rapper, purportedly Kanye West, who owes his spirit essentially as of now to our authority, who is an A-plus lister himself, supposedly Jay Z accepting a Marvel. Well, it is basically impossible that right now our previous A-plus list rapper is truly going to take care of his obligation to the authority. The explanation is that Kanye is in such a lot of obligation to Jay that he will always be unable to reimburse it, despite the fact that he sells 20 million records or goes on visit for a very long time straight. Then the visually impaired thing guaranteed that an enormous level of Kanye's pay goes to Jay as installment for this obligation. What obligation could be high to such an extent that Kanye would never reimburse